Today's recipe incorporates the greens right inside the meat. It's green stuffed flank steak. I'm using Swiss chard today, but you can use whatever green you like. Pound the flank steak to about 1/2 inch thick between 2 pieces of plastic wrap. If you don't have a tool like this, you can use the bottom of a heavy pot or pan. It's not as easy, but you can do it. That was a good workout. That's good enough. I have a rimmed baking sheet lined with foil to transfer my meat onto. It's gonna cook on there. Ta-da! That's all ready to stuff. I'm gonna go back to the stove to get my greens ready. The filling is pretty simple. It's a bunch of greens, actually 2 bunches of greens. It's Swiss chard, whose stems I've already removed, and 3 cloves of garlic. Thinly sliced 3 cloves of garlic. I'm using Swiss chard, like I said, but you could use kale if you wanted to. We've even made this recipe with broccoli rabe. You blanch the broccoli rabe and then saute it with the rest of the ingredients, and it's so delicious. So experiment with what kind of greens you like. Then chop your 2 bunches of Swiss chard. Just needs to be coarsely chopped. It's gonna expand like crazy, but then it'll shrink once you put it into the pot. Nothing's as dramatic in its shrinkage as spinach, but Swiss chard comes close. That's a lot of greens. It's probably at least 8 packed cups. So depending on the size of your bunches, you should make sure you get what you think will result in that, though. I mean, I guess it's a little hard to tell. You want to saute your garlic in a tablespoon of olive oil, just until fragrant. It's fragrant. Add a 1/2 teaspoon, 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon of hot pepper flakes, and then stir in your greens. You want to cook them until they're wilted. You'll notice that I have kind of a deep pot here. That's because the greens take up so much room, especially when you first add them, but they will cook down really, really quickly. Make sure that you stir the bottom to the top so that the stuff on the top actually has the opportunity to cook. I think they're wilted enough. To season, add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Toasted sesame oil is the one that has that really unique flavor. So use a little bit. It has quite a strong flavor and aroma, so you don't want to overdo it. Now the greens can get laid out. Transfer the greens to the steak, leaving a 2-inch border on one long side. Season with salt. I don't think you really need pepper because of those pepper flakes that were in there before. Then roll up your steak, enclosing the greens. Then what you want to do is tie it to keep it closed while it's cooking. Tie it at, I don't know, every 2 inches, I would say, to keep it closed. Want to make sure all that filling stays inside while it's cooking. One more at the very end. Have your broiler preheating so it's nice and hot. And don't forget to line your tray with aluminum foil. Trim the strings. Okay, season it with some salt. Give it a little drizzle of oil. Then flip it over. You want the seam side up for cooking. You can season that side too. Same thing, a little oil. And then into the broiler. 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on the other, and then let it rest for 10 minutes. It's all rested. The foil did its job of catching all the bits that might have burned on the tray. It'll make it so much easier to clean up. Cut off the strings and get rid of them. You don't need those anymore. They've done their job. Slice it up into pieces. I like about 3/4 to 1 inch across. And there you have your fantastic greens inside your steak. One-stop shopping. No sneaking your greens in this dish. They are front and center and totally delicious. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.